Hi there, this is Mrs. Hall, and I'm here to make a video for parents and students as to how to navigate Google Classroom in my English classes. You might have me for Language Arts 8, you might have me for Reading 8, you might have me for 6th hour iTime. All my stuff is going to be on Google Classroom this year. So if you're not familiar with Google Classroom, this is how it runs in my class. To get to Google Classroom, you need to sign in to your school email account, or for my classes, just go to Google Classroom. I'm going to put all of my students in, and you may see one of these classes on your page, and you should have like a red bar in an area that says accept an invitation to my class. So if you get that already, you can go ahead and accept, and then you can see everything in your own time here. But this is just an example of what things look like. So for example, let's check out my 4th hour Language Arts class over here. And the first thing you see at the top is the stream. The stream is where I post general announcements. I don't use the stream very often. So here you can see that I've posted the open house video from last Thursday night. I've posted some big questions that I get very often and simple answers to those. A little bit about me, if you're wondering who I am, and some information about me. But overall, I don't use the stream a whole lot. So when you first check in, the stream is what comes up first. But everything really that you need to use for my class is going to be at the next tab over at Classwork. Classwork's the second tab here. So let's click Classwork. Classwork is where everything's posted for the day, the week, the month, the year. It's going to be up. It's going to stay up. Agendas would be first, lessons and assignments, vocab lists, Quizlet, game-based tutorial videos, and what to do when you're caught up with everything. Now, these big headings here are called topics. As the year goes on, I'm going to add more topics based on what we're doing. But just for an example, I set this one up so I can show you what we're going to be doing. So, the daily agendas, you just click on that. These are just samples. These are not accurate things that you will actually have to do this week. We're going to click on Monday, and as an example, this is your agenda for the day, as an example. So you would read through the 10.1 material, posted to Google Classroom under lessons and assignments, which would be here, in here. You're going to view the 10.1 video, and you're going to complete the 10.1 Google Forms homework assignment. The due date is posted here, 9/1/20, September 1st by 3:18 p.m. It's also on the assignment itself. The due dates are always posted at the end of the assignments. So if you're wondering what to do, if you're a virtual student, you're an in-class student, you didn't catch what we were talking about, you're a parent, or maybe you were absent, everything will be posted under the daily agendas. So if you click on that gray bar, again, that will minimize that, kind of make it a little neater. And lessons. So we need to do 10.1 stuff. So we do the lesson first. The lesson has 2 parts. First part is the book. So we have a lesson on action verbs. Action verbs, a word that names an action, may contain more than one word, so on and so forth. So it's your responsibility to read through this section if it asks you to. It's just 1 page. Doesn't take very long to do. If you need to make it larger, down here at the bottom, you can click the plus sign. That'll expand it out. If you want it smaller, click the minus sign. So on and so forth. When you're done, just back out of it. And then usually I will have a video of me teaching the lesson, how to mark up sentences, how to find specific parts of speech, that sort of thing. For this video and this purpose, I just uploaded a verb video from YouTube, and it is terribly awful in a funny way. You can see where that's going. We're not going to watch the whole thing. But usually it would be a video of me teaching that assignment. So once you had finished the prep work, looking at the book, watching the video of the lesson being taught, minimize that, it's time to do the assignment. So the assignment, you would click on that, and the assignment is a Google form. Now with Google Forms assignments, I'll open it in just a second. The important thing to know is that you need to keep the actual document open until it's finished. Google Forms does not save progress if you only get half done or a quarter done and you want to come back to it. So when you click on it, it's going to open up a new tab at the top of your screen. Leave that tab open until you are done and you turn it in. Okay, so here's some information from the book again. A word is or action verb is a word that names an action. You can read that, so on and so forth, some examples. And then you have some questions to do. So long ago, medieval knights fought battles atop powerful horses. Fought. Fought, is that something you physically do or something you mentally do or think about? You physically fight, so you could click that. Now, if you're not familiar with Google Forms, any questions that have this little red star or asterisk here are required questions. So if you go to submit the assignment and it does not let you submit it, it's probably because you skipped a question. You have to go back and make sure they're all completed. So we'll just kind of go down here. I'm just clicking to fill them out. I'll click them all physical, which is not correct, obviously, for all of these. There's a second section. Today, many people keep horses. You need to copy the action verb as it appears. You're going to write one word. You're not going to change it. You're not going to capitalize it. It's just as it is. So today, many people keep horses. The action verb there is simply keep. American farms with more than 20 million horses. Had, love, perform, used, left, commands, remembers, enjoy, spelled that wrong. That will mark it wrong if you turn it in that way. Eat, hold, requires, respond. And then you have a little tab down here that tells you if you're done, if you're not done. It's fully complete. So you can go ahead and click submit. It'll give you a little information saying your response has been recorded, and then you can close out. Now if you're only half done, leave that tab open until you complete the assignment. If you close it and come back and you weren't done, it's going to wipe out all your progress. So usually the Google Forms assignments are, anywhere from 1 to 30 questions. They usually go pretty fast. They're multiple choice. Click the option or a short typing sort of thing. Should not take very long, but if you can't complete it in one sitting, leave that tab open. So we're going to go back to Google Classroom. I'm going to refresh this. This is my view. You won't see this, obviously. We're going to click back on that assignment, and notice that it was due September 1st, 3/18. You have it complete. Now, other things on here, vocab word list. We're going to get into vocab later this year. All of the word lists for the entire year, as far as I can guess, are going to be on here. Unit 1 through Unit 20. So the first set is 1 through 10. Second set is 11 through 20. I'll talk about vocab more as the year goes on. But the lists are there if you want to start looking at the lists and preparing for some upcoming quizzes on that. We're going to do some vocab charts, which I'll talk about also as the year goes on as a separate assignment. But one way to review for vocab is with this app called Quizlet. You can download a Quizlet app on your phone if you want to do it on the go, or your home, you're a virtual student, that sort of thing. But you can also do it from your Chromebook. So let's say we're working on Unit 1. You can click on Vocab 1 and Study Set 1, and it's a set of flashcards. So you can click on the actual card itself. It'll flip just like a flashcard. You can kind of work on remembering your words there. Now there's different sorts of things you can do to study. You have to answer every item correctly to finish. It'll give you some feedback on that. You can write the word. It'll say it and you type it out. You can spell the word, and then there's a sample test if you want to test yourself. There's some games in here too. So there's a match game, and it has the best time, and that's since the set has been created. So kids like to try and beat that set time. Oh, I got done in 14 seconds. I beat your 17-second record. It's kind of fun to have bragging rights on that. So the match set, need to make everything disappear. So adjacent means next to or adjoining. So you would drag the word to the definition and they disappear. You would do that until you're done and you're trying to beat the best time. Or just get them all done. Gravity, it's another game. You can set your difficulty, and if you want to answer with a definition or the term or at random, I'll do the term. If you miss a term twice, they'll destroy your planet. So the definition is going to come down to payback or to reward is recompense. So on and so forth. So I'll go back. And then Quizlet Live is something that we would do as a group in class if you are here for the face-to-face method. We do that sometimes for a fun activity together in class in groups. We can do that social distancing too. We don't have to be close to each other. So back to Google Classroom. It's one way to review. In class, we do a lot of game-based learning and review. As talked about Quizlet. Quizlet Live is the extension of that we would work on in class. Quiziz is a game-based app where students can answer questions, but instead of a test, instead of a quiz. And that's kind of a fun, different way to do that. Kahoot. A lot of kids are familiar with Kahoot already. It's a rapid-fire question-answer game. Kids get bragging rights, and there's leaderboards and things like that. And then Gimkit. We use Gimkit quite a bit. I would say we probably use Gimkit and Quizlet the most out of all these here. But these are tutorial videos. If you're not familiar with them, you can click on those quick videos and learn what those things are. Okay, and then in the rare event that kids get done with everything in class, my classwork, other classwork, there's 5 minutes left to spare at the end of the day type of thing, I have some school-appropriate websites that kids can work on. I guess you need to put the links up. I'll put those on there. But it would be like vocab games and things like that where people are still learning, but it's something a little bit different. So we're not just sitting there twiddling our thumbs. Now, as always, lessons will be up every morning by 9 a.m., if not sooner. And also kind of a neat thing, there is a Google Calendar. If you click on Google Calendar, it will keep track of what is due when. So you can click on Google Calendar here. And for example, the red line is where we are today. We had an open house yesterday. And if we go to, need to go to next week. So let's click on next week here, Monday. And Tuesday, it has all the times on the side. And then here's our grammar assignment that was assigned. Tuesday, it's due at 3:18. And you've already completed it, or I've already completed it. But it'll let you know if, due dates are coming up, that sort of thing. Let's X out of that. Another thing with Google Classroom, you can contact people directly from Google Classroom. People here, I have not added students yet to this class. Here's my name, that sort of thing. You should be able to email me from this page. You should have a link to email me. It's not going to show up because I'm on my own page. But when your names are here, I'm able to click on your name and email you if need be. My email is shall at carrollk12.org. And I'll put this up here in the video for you. Okay, so if you have any questions, by all means email me. And this is going to be second nature in no time. Hope to see you guys soon.